Hi Brandy, this is Sarah with Flourish at Artisan Indie. I am critiquing your shop, Digital Art Designs. I did want to mention right off the bat that it was a little difficult finding your shop. I had down your web URL, the digitalartdesigns.ca. However, because I assumed it was an Etsy shop critique, I just searched in the Etsy search bar because I was already in Etsy, and I searched for Digital Art Designs and it said no results. So I thought, oh, well, maybe this isn't an Etsy shop critique, maybe this is a website critique. And so I went to the browser, of course, and then put the URL in, and it brought me to your Etsy shop. So that right there, I want to just really quick take a second and make that a point. What happens when you have people, your customers, or even word of mouth advertising, if people are calling you Digital Art Designs, if that is the name of your company, Digital Art Designs, how can people find you? Like, if I search Digital Art Designs, it doesn't come up on Etsy. So if I am someone who's gotten a design or something from you, and I've told my friends and family, even if I go to share it on social media and I say, look up Digital Art Designs on Etsy, it's possible, or more than possible, probably probable, that people aren't going to find you, and they'll just instead look for what they're looking for and maybe perhaps go with another company. So I'm assuming that the reason why on Etsy your Digital Art Designs by B is probably because Digital Art Designs was already taken. So what I recommend that you do is somewhere in your tags, in your listing tags, I want you to put, I would say if you have 150, maybe put in 20 listings or so, use Digital Art Designs, your name, as a tag, not by B, just Digital Art Designs. Unfortunately, Etsy has not gotten to the point where if somebody searches Digital Art Designs, it pulls up all the shops that are, that have that in their name. So it just says no results found. So I think that could be hurting you. And then when I get onto your shop, I have this big Hello 2018. Custom designs for all occasions. So now I have three names. I have Digital Art Designs, which I'm assuming is your business name. Here it says Digital Art Designs by B. And here it says Hello 2018. So there is something so important with brand consistency. It's so important. You cannot build your brand properly if you have all these different headlines and banners and logos and names and URLs, and it's confusing. So you want everything to be real streamlined. You want everything to be consistent. There's nothing that you can do about it if Digital Art Designs is already taken. If this has to be Digital Art Designs by B, then it has to be. But I would make sure that in your banner it very clearly says Digital Art Designs and then your tagline. If you want to put Hello 2018, go for it. You're a designer. This is beautiful. I love the color in your banner. I love these fonts together. They're beautiful, but you want people to know where they are, who you are. If they need to return back to you, you want them to remember your name. You want them to be able to talk about your business and have the people that they share your information with be able to find you. So across all social media, that's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, wherever you are, Twitter, you want your name to be Digital Art Designs. If you can't get Digital Art Designs and you use Digital Art Designs by B, that's fine. Make sure that your logo, your fonts, your branding is the same, that it's consistent, that they recognize you when they see you. So uber important there. So we just kind of dove right into your branding. The banner is at the top of the shop. It takes up a lot of real estate. It's uber important. I love that you have these little symbols here that tells them that, hey, you can find me here, but how can they find you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can they find you on these? Are they going to look for Hello 2018 in this? Are they going to look for Digital Art Designs? Or are they going to look for Digital Art Designs by B? Do you see where it can be confusing? So I think you should redesign your banner. I think you need to have your business name, the one that the name that they can find you everywhere, right across your banner. Then have your tagline. I love that you have your website here. I'm a big proponent of selling on your own through your own website. I think Etsy is awesome. I think that they offer a ton of traffic, but I don't think that sellers should rely so heavily on Etsy like they do. So I think that's fabulous that you have your website listed here. You know, Etsy allows you to list your website. They do that down here in the, oh, you don't even have it. That's funny. So, well, actually not, because when I put your web URL into the browser, it brought me to your Etsy shop. So that's good that you have your own URL, but it tells me you don't have a website yet, so that's fine. When you do have a website, or when you do build a website, you want to make sure that you put this URL down here, right here. It's the only place on Etsy where you can have a clickable link to your website. And that's uber important, but you can still put it. You can still put your URL here in the banner. You can put it in your listings. You can put it in your announcement. You can put it anywhere. There is a fine line between what Etsy calls fee avoidance. So you don't want to tell people, hey, visit my website and you can get this cheaper or anything like that, because you could actually lose your Etsy shop. But you can list your website. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can even encourage people to sign up on your with your newsletter, as long as you're not telling them to buy from you there versus your Etsy shop. Okay, so I would definitely redesign that. You got Digital Art Designs by B. This line right here is an important line. You want to have a lot of keywords in this line, because this is a line that Google gives importance to, right? They give priority to this line. That tells Google, the Google search engine, okay, what can I expect to find in this shop? So you have chalkboard posters, invitations, home decor, and gifts, which I think those are fantastic keywords. If you have a keyword or a keyword phrase that you find that your customers are using the most to find you, and it isn't up here, you want to make sure that you keep this updated and fresh with what people are looking for. So if they're always looking for your shop using these keywords, then absolutely leave it as it is. But if you find that there's one that they use a little bit more often, you may want to put it up here as well. All right, let's see. Shop owner B. Guerrero. I happen to know your name is Brandy. So great picture here. I love that you're smiling. You're welcoming people into your shop. Super awesome. I really like this graphic a lot. So this does two things for me. One, I see that it's a D, right? Because your company is Digital Art Designs. But two, you're doing a lot of things here. One, you're telling people by this logo what it is that you do in a very unique and creative way, and that is awesome. But even more importantly, and maybe customers wouldn't notice this, but I do because I deal with design so much, you are owning it, sister, when it comes to designing something that has to be a whole picture with a series of fonts. So fonts are not easy to work with, and I don't think that people know that. They're not. If you have a font that's just off a little bit in relation to the other fonts that it's with, it throws off the whole design, or it throws off the whole word or phrase or paragraph or whatever it is. So you are killing it here. I mean, using all of these different fonts, but yet they all work together with another. That alone, and just from one designer to another, I would totally hire you just because of this amazing design here. Now, the average customer probably won't notice that, but I do, and I want to give you mad props because it is not easy to do this, and you've done it very well. I love it. Okay, so let's kind of scroll down. You got a decent amount of sales. You've been open since 2012. I don't know if that's how long you've been selling for, but hey, you know, this is a good number. 5-star reviews, you want to keep that up for sure. Okay, we're going to talk about this for a minute. This is what we call, or what Etsy calls, the featured items, right? This is your featured section. How do you feature items when you're in your shop, when you're in your, whatever they call that, the dashboard or whatever? You can star certain items in your shop, and those items that you star, in the order that you star them in, will be listed here in the featured items. Now, I'm not sure if you are aware or if actually, I have to be honest. I don't know if everybody is allowed or everybody has this feature because Etsy hasn't announced it publicly, but maybe it's just a test they're doing, but they have in many shops, my own included, they now allow a 5-picture layout. And this layout is the bomb. Like, seriously, it's the bomb. And I know you might think, who says the bomb anymore? Well, I do. I'm 41, and, you know, it was just a thing when I was, you know, in my teens. So I just haven't lost it. But let me show you a Flourisher's shop. Kind of a big fan of her shop. I just actually did her critique yesterday or the day before and fell in love. Okay, so this is what the 5-picture layout looks like for the featured item section. So it is 4 smaller pictures here, which are about the same size that you have in your 4 across, and then 1 large one here. Now, the reason why I love it is obviously you can feature one particular item really clearly. I mean, it's just nice if you have that, you know, awesome item that's a big seller or that gets a lot of love. It looks really great. It's a great way to promote what's cool in your shop. But even more so, you know, websites and web platforms in general, they have to kick it up a notch or two. You got sites like Pinterest and all these other new kind of progressive platforms that are putting kind of a change out there, right? They're saying, hey, we need to kick it up a notch or two with web design, that it's looking a little old, a little dated. We need to make it look more fresh and modern. And I think that Etsy's done a fantastic job with that, and I hope that it is announced soon and that everyone can do it. And I really believe, I'm not for sure, but I believe everyone has this option. If you star a 5th item, it should be able to populate in that format. Now, if it doesn't, let me know. You can respond back to this critique that I send you in the Etsy conversation, and let me know, hey, Sarah, I starred 5 items and it's not doing it, you know. But I think that you can try it out if you star an extra item. But if you can't, if it's not available yet to everyone, just keep your eye out, because I really do think it'll make a difference in everyone's shop. Now, let's talk about the featured items, because it's super important. It's an awesome, awesome section, right? So, and it looks to me like you're doing pretty much the right thing. What you want to do is make sure that you are featuring items that are currently in season, that holidays that are upcoming, perhaps weather seasons that we're currently in, or that is starting to come up. And the reason why you want to do this is you want your shop to always look fresh. So I want you to think of it similar to if you had a physical store and you had a window, right? Like a window, like you'd have mannequins or something. Well, you probably wouldn't have mannequins because you don't do that, but you'd have a window display set up, and that window would change, right? It would probably change every couple of weeks or every month, depending on what's going on in your community, or what's going on with the weather, or what's going on with the holidays. So to me, it looks like you're doing that. You have Mother's Day, which is coming up. You have 2 Mother's Day gifts. You have a family portrait, which would also be good for Mother's Day. You have a coach gift here, which is good. We're coming up to the end of school. In fact, my children only have 2 weeks left. So teacher's gifts, coach gifts, anything like that, end of the year thank yous would be appropriate as well. Also a big one, and I don't know, I haven't really quite looked through your shop yet, but a big one coming up is graduation. So I would assume that you do some, if you're doing storyboards and I literally just had a brain freeze. End of school stuff, invitations, that's the word I was looking for. Invitations, then I would assume that graduation would be a big one for you. So I would absolutely have that up here as well. In fact, I would probably have that featured because Mother's Day is almost, I think it's next week. And then we have Father's Day coming up as well. So you want to think about that. We have, it's almost summer, it's almost out of school. We got summer vacations, family reunions, graduation, weddings, right? Because we're right in the thick of wedding season. You want to be able to showcase all the stuff that you do that has to do with those items. Now, also, you want these items to kind of click in and out. So you want them, let's say, have your items up there for 3 to 4 weeks and then perhaps change them out. Now, normally I would say every 2 months would be appropriate, but with your items, I think that you have enough items for many different events that you could really switch them out every month or so. Okay, your announcement. This announcement section sucks. I'm just going to tell it like it is. It's stupid. It's a waste of space. I think they could do something else with it. But they don't. So hopefully they're going to redesign this. But in the meantime, the problem with this is it never gets seen. People go from looking at your banner and then they scroll down to your items, right? This is what happens. They go bloop, bloop, bloop. And this just becomes, as you can see, a blurry block of text. Like, it doesn't really shout out anything. So if you want to utilize this space, what I recommend to my clients is for them to put a call to action of sorts in this space. So, you know, like, hey, visit my website and sign up for our newsletter and be the first to see all our new designs. Or follow us on Facebook at blah, 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 to be part of our Facebook Free Friday download or something like that. I don't know. I'm just, you know, shooting off the hip here. So something where you're telling them to do something. Or let's say you have a sale, you know, like all this month we're recognizing moms and we're having a buy 2 get 1 free, you know, whatever. Try to have it be just one line of text. You can use caps, you can use symbols in there, something that'll grab their attention while they're scrolling. Okay, so maybe think about that and see what you can do to play around with that area. All right, we're going to go down to your main shop. You have 151 items, which is a great amount of items. But do you see how you have your categories listed here? You see this? This is very choppy. And this doesn't look good. And this is why this is an issue. Like, who cares what the categories look like? Because I want them to focus on my products. Well, the thing is let me ask you, how many orders do you normally get at one time? And you might say, well, that's weird. What do you mean? And, well, somebody's buying for their birthday, and so they buy their birthday stuff, and that's it. Well, the thing is that usually if you have somebody that is planning a party or you have somebody that's buying something as a gift, when they're in your shop, wouldn't it be nice for them to, like, I don't know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone? I hate that saying. I got to think of a saying that's like that, but not quite like that because it's kind of violent. But yes, you want to come up with a saying where you want people to buy more than just the item that they're there to buy. Like, okay, I'm buying something for my daughter's birthday, who, let's say, is June 1st, so I'm going to get invitations, but guess what's around the corner? Father's Day. So, oh, I could also get a Father's Day gift while I'm here. Or, oh my gosh, you know, it's also the end of school. Maybe my daughter's teacher would like something. So, how can they do that, right? Because usually they end up on your item by search. Usually they're going, you know, girl's birthday invitation, right? Let's say. And then boom, they land on, let's say, this one, okay? And they see this in browse, and they click on it. They're like, oh, it's so pretty, blah, blah, blah. And then they come out of this listing to maybe what? Look and see if you have other designs or something. You want them to read this section because they may not know. They may think you're just a birthday invitation company. They may not know that you do all this other way cool stuff. So you want them to read this section. It's super important. Also, because you have 151 items, let's say you have somebody that really wants to hang out in your shop for a little bit, you don't want them to get frustrated and have to scroll, right? So you want this to be nice and organized and easy to use. You want to organize this section from the smallest word or phrase, which looks like is, oh, no, it's invitations. You want that up at the top, invitations. And then what you want to do is you want to organize all of these categories from the shortest to the longest. So it's going to look kind of like a half of a pyramid. It's going to swoop down like this. Now, once you do this, and you can do this easily, you just go into your shop management thing and you organize them. You can actually drag them up and down. It's not like you have to retype them or anything. It's super duper easy. It looks like logo and company branding would be at the bottom. Now, let's say you were to have a sale and you would do a sale category. You would put sale at the top because that would then be the shortest word. And you would want to use all caps for the sale. And that is so that you could grab their attention real quick. Now, this is something I recommend that you do just intermittently, not all the time, but occasionally throw a sale category in there and throw some of your items on there for sale. It does kind of keep people excited to keep coming back to your shop and see what's, hey, what's on sale? What have they got on sale this week? It's also another way for you to have multiple transactions. So again, the whole point is to make this nice and easy. You want it to flow easy so that for your customers' eyes, they don't have big spaces on your site that they just ignore. You want them to see it. You want them to feel relaxed and enjoy their shopping experience. So believe it or not, something as small as this, once you reorganize it, you're gonna understand how what I'm talking about, and you're gonna feel it too. You're gonna say, oh well, this looks a lot nicer. It feels a lot better in my shop. All right, we're going to go down here to your about section. Oh my goodness. All right, sister, you are missing a huge section here in your shop. Your about page. It's an uber important page. Now, personally, I think about pages are important on every website. In fact, when I'm shopping or I'm looking for services or whatever, I always go to the about page. Now, I don't know if everybody else does that, but I do. But on an Etsy site, on an Etsy shop, in an Etsy shop, I can't speak today. I don't know what the deal is. In an Etsy shop, you really want to have a amazing about page. I mean, it has to be phenomenal. And the reason why is because why are people shopping on Etsy? Think about it. Why are people shopping on Etsy? I can get an invitation anywhere. I can go anywhere. In fact, I can go to Vistaprint and get one cheaper. I can go to Tiny Prints. I can go anywhere. I mean, seriously. In fact, I think I get discounts at like Shutterfly and all these other kind of places. Like, why am I on Etsy? Why am I shopping from you? Because I don't want every other invitation that every other person is buying. I want something unique for my daughter's birthday. I want something unique for my wedding. I want something unique for my Mother's Day gift. I don't want the same old that everybody else is buying. I'm on Etsy because I want unique. I want different. I want one of a kind. I want handmade. I want something that has a story behind it. When I give my gift or when I send out my invitations, I want to be able to have a conversation about it. I want people to say, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And who made this? And I'm going to say, oh my gosh, this girl, this amazing woman on Etsy. She has the cutest Etsy shop. She does this from her home. She stays home with her kids and she designs this right in her dining room. I mean, she's passionate about it. She's been she went to school for graphic design. It's just her thing. And now she supports her family. You want those stories. And how are you going to do that? They're not going to have a story, right? Because you don't have half of your about page here. Now, it has a little paragraph here, which is nice. But, this isn't anything that's really going to pull me in to read your story. So we're going to go back to A Great Baby. Can't type today either. Oh, my goodness. This is what happens when I try to work in the morning. Okay, we're going to go to A Great Baby. Now I'm going here because her about page is pretty amazing. All right, so this is what an about page should look like. Okay, so let's look at this. This is Mary. She is in Flourish. She's a Flourish member. She's been in Flourish for a while, so, not to brag, but her shop is pretty amazing. She shipped 70 orders out this week. Okay, about page. What are we seeing here? Okay, we're seeing a photograph of her packing up her items in her branded boxes, her hands touching the item, touching the package, which is a subconscious selling point. This is handmade, it's hand packed, it's hand shipped, It is special. That automatically adds more value than if you're ordering it off of Amazon or Walmart. Now you're seeing her workspace. This is perhaps her interacting with a coworker. They're talking about design. Think about her target market is babies, right? Well, not babies, but moms, people that would buy for babies. So she has this beautiful space here, very attractive to her target market. Oh my goodness, now you get this amazing picture of her and her family. Look at all these babies! And looks like she's holding on to a ultrasound picture. So is this not pulling the heartstrings of her target market? Yes, it is. It also makes her human. You know, she has a husband. She's got little ones. Oh, and then there's a video. Now, I highly recommend that you watch this video. I actually posted it in the club earlier this week. I'm not going to play it here because for some reason my software, my screencast software is being goofy. So whenever I hit play on a video, it freezes. But I definitely recommend you listening to her story. It's a very simple video. She just set up a camera. She's telling, you know, why she loves what she does, why she does it, what inspires her. And then it goes to some shots of her product. It goes to some shots of her workspace. Of the little babies in her life. I mean, it's just on point. This is her sitting down at the sewing machine, sewing. This is a great shot. I highly recommend that you have this. Now, you might say, well, Sarah, I do graphic design. It's not like I'm actually building anything. Well, yes, you are. So your graphic design is coming from you. So only you can design like you. You're that unique, and you need to sell that. So you might say, well, how am I going to show that? Well, then have someone take a picture of you at the computer designing. Have somebody, you know, take a shot of your screen where you have maybe Illustrator up or Photoshop or something like that. All of that will add value to your products. Now, actually, can I go back? Hang on a minute. I wanted to show you something else because I noticed on yours you don't have but one or two. Look underneath here. She has Facebook, Instagram, website, blog, and Pinterest. This is what you want. You know, in Flourish, I get a lot of times I get sellers that say, you know, oh, it's slow and I'm not seeing any sales. What can I do? You know, and they're spending time on social media commiserating with each other. And I mean this with love. I'm not trying to put anyone down. I'm just saying I see this a lot because I run a lot of communities, right? One of the most common themes in my communities is, you know, sales are slow and, you know, traffic is down and these are new members usually. And, you know, what do I do? And you know, maybe Etsy's just not right for me. And listen, you're going to have ebbs and flows. You're going to have ups and downs in your business, but don't tell me that you're slow. And don't tell me that you're not getting any sales when you have not worked on your shop and you haven't worked on building your business. Something like this shows me that Mary has worked her off building her business. She has a Facebook, she has an Instagram, she has a Pinterest. That is not easy. It's not simply as signing up and giving yourself a name, right? No, it's not. You actually have to interact on those social media sites. You have to post content. You have to interact and engage. A website, a blog. She's writing a blog. It is much better for you and your business to take the slow time that you have and spend it writing an awesome story on a blog about, you know, something that will actually attract your target market than to go onto Facebook groups and commiserate about why you're not selling anything. And I'm not saying that you're doing that, Brandy. I'm just saying this is a great example of somebody. I mean, like I said, she shipped out 70 orders this week. I don't even know how she does that. I mean, seriously, I know she has help, but I mean, that's crazy. You know, when you're sewing stuff. So she's, you know, had to work and work and work, but she's getting the sales because of all the work that she's done. You know, owning a business isn't easy. If it was, everybody would do it. All right, let's go back to your shop. I'm not a really good singer at all. I don't know why I'm humming and while I'm being recorded. Just that kind of day. Okay, so you have Facebook and Instagram. So, and I'm going to look at your stuff. Now, let me tell you where you're missing the boat here. Where do you think your target market hangs out, Brandy? I mean, I can't tell. If I had to guess your age, I would say you're in your 20s. Where do you think that your customers, people that would buy your stuff, are hanging out? I know where they're hanging out. They're not hanging out on Instagram. Instagram is more for fashion, jewelry, makeup. A younger crowd. Facebook is, yeah, I mean, Facebook is pretty much a little good mix of everybody, but they tend to have an older demographic. But also, I mean, I think everybody's on Facebook, like the whole world, right? So Facebook is a good one. But more so than anything, it is Pinterest. Pinterest is where your target market is hanging out, because who looks at Pinterest? Well, moms, for sure. All right, moms are all over Pinterest. They are planning their nursery. They are planning their baby's birth. They're planning their baby's first birthday party. They're planning their graduation party for their 18-year-old. They're on there looking for gift ideas. They're building their board saying, okay, when my daughter turns 5, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this cake smash. We're going to have this decor. And we're going to have this banner. We're going to have this invitation. And we're going to have this. That is where they are. You need to be on Pinterest, sister. And you may be and just not listed here, but you have to be on Pinterest. That is definitely where you should spend your time. And when we talk about social media and being business owners and all that other kind of stuff, like, it is time consuming. Like, we don't have all the time to spend all the time building our Facebook and all the time on our Instagram and all the time on Pinterest and Twitter and then, you know, trying to take pictures and create items and answer conversations. I mean, it sucks being a business owner sometimes, doesn't it? So what I say is have a good representation on all social media sites. That means have a Facebook page set up, have it branded, throw in some contact, maybe some get a scheduler like what is it, Buffer or something like that, where you can actually have some posts scheduled out. Although, you know, I'm not a big fan of those schedulers, but sometimes they really help, especially if you're trying to balance a bunch of things. But yes, you know, throw some content in there. You know, on Instagram, have a representation. You know, once in a while, post on Instagram. You know, some kind of content that's related to your target audience. But Pinterest, girl, you need to watch all of our presentations on Pinterest. They're amazing. Rebecca Bradley is a Flourish expert. She is the owner of Pinwrite. She's amazing. We have a brand new Pinterest expert we just added to our team. You need to watch these presentations. You could be getting, in fact, when I had my Etsy shop, now I was a wedding shop, so obviously, you know, people go to Pinterest for weddings. My second largest traffic driver to my Etsy shop was Pinterest. It was Etsy search, then Pinterest, then Etsy browse. So Pinterest bumped Etsy browse out of the running for second in my shop. So it is that big of a deal. I mean, seriously, you can get a ton of traffic from Pinterest. I had people contacting me on Etsy telling me they didn't even know what Etsy was. Like, I got to your shop from Pinterest. I don't even know what this site is. Now, of course, back that was, you know, 2010 to 2014. So Etsy wasn't as big as it is now. But Pinterest is no joke. So seriously, spend your time. I want you to focus in on Pinterest instead of Instagram and Facebook, because I think you're going to get the better return for your money there. If you have a Shopify site, or if you decide to open a Shopify site with your URL, it's even better, because then you can do the Shopify buyable pins, where they can actually buy your items right off of Pinterest from your Shopify site. It's super cool. Now, it might be a little harder for you because I'm pretty sure that most of your stuff is personalized, and at least right now the buyable pins can't be personalized, but I'm sure that they will get to that point. All right, let's go up. Now, I know that you're in Canada, so as you can see, the pricing looks really funny on my end, like $8.02, $12.04, $3.20. Now, I'm a big proponent of psychological pricing. I can never say that right. Which means that you should end your items with 0.99 or 0.95. There's a psychology to buying. There's a psychology to choosing one over another, to adding to your cart, to actually clicking checkout. There's been thousands of studies done. We've of course shared a lot of that in those articles in Flourish. I recommend that. Now, I know since they did the change with the what's that called, exchange rate or whatever, that people that live out of the U.S., if they're pricing in U.S., they have to pay not only the fees that they pay, but they also then have to pay an exchange fee. I recommend that you mark your stuff up 95 cents or whatever to cover that. Like this could be $8.95 or $8.99. This could be $16.99 or $16.95. It looks better. Now, I can tell you that if you're saying, well, Sarah, most of my sales are from Canada, then absolutely continue to price in CAD and you'll be fine. But if you're getting majority of your sales from the U.S., which most Etsy sellers do because the U.S. is predominantly the main traffic source on Etsy, then I would recommend that you switch to USD. But again, that's your choice, and you know your business better than anybody. I'm just giving you my advice. I know that in the U.S., shoppers will tend to buy more often when they don't see kind of funny pricing, like $8.02 is so weird, right? And so then they'll be like, well, why is that? Are they out of the country? Will I have issues with shipping? Blah, 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 blah. It can create questions and distraction and hesitation, which you don't want in your shop. Now, let's talk about your photos. I'm assuming that your photos are mock-ups, which is very common for a design business. I think they all look very nice. I'm not a big fan of this wood background. I don't like the slats. The lines tend to look, I don't know, they make it look busy. I think they definitely take away from the product itself. Also, I don't think that it works really well with your nice kind of neutral items here. So I think I would recommend to get rid of the wood background. You know, you don't have a rustic feel in your shop. You have a kind of nice, light, bright, airy. I actually love this. I love that you put digital file here. I'm not a big fan of watermarks. I'm not a big fan of like any other kind of text in a main thumbnail picture. But for a digital designer, I absolutely love that you put this here because I can't tell you how annoying it is for me to want to buy something and then find out it's digital and not want the digital, or to want to buy something thinking it's digital and then finding out that it's not. So I really like that you did that here, and I would continue to do that. You have it over here to the left. It doesn't take away too much from the picture, and I think it's absolutely relevant to what you do. I would recommend, though, that you take these off the wood background. Just get that out of there. Your shop will look a lot cleaner and a lot fresher. You got a lot of them, though. All right, let's go ahead and look at, okay, this is super cute. Great picture there, great mock-up. Mock-ups are fine, by the way. You know, a lot of people say, oh, well, Etsy doesn't let you have mock-ups. Listen, what Etsy doesn't want you to do is to show something that you're not selling. That is their issue. They don't want the customer to get something that looks completely different from the picture. As long as you're sending the customer exactly what they're going to see in the picture, then you're fine. Watch me get a call from Etsy saying, why are you telling people that? This is super cute. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, I'm going to try not to get distracted because I'm totally your target market here. I absolutely love all your stuff. Let me look at, let's see, let's look at, because I have my daughter's birthday coming up. So let me, invitations. Mermaids, she likes unicorns. Ooh, here's a unicorn. Who doesn't like unicorns now? Oop, here's another one. Oh, I like that one. All right, let's look at this one because anytime I can put my daughter's face on something, I want to do it because I just love her face so much. Okay, unicorn thank you card. Unicorn birthday thank you. Unicorn party thank you. Oh, this is a thank you card. I don't want to look at this. Let me see. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just really want to look at an invitation. This is the invitation. Okay, so let's look at this one. All right, unicorn invitation, unicorn birthday invitation, unicorn party invitation, unicorn floral invite, unicorn party invite, unicorn decorations. You got a lot of unicorns going on there, sister. All right, so let's talk about this. Okay, when we talk about SEO, we talk about SEO for an Etsy shop. Now let me tell you, it's an Etsy shop, not a website, Etsy shop. When we're talking about SEO, we're talking about optimizing your store to be found in search. Well, when you're dealing with an Etsy shop, you want to look at the title here and the tags here, okay? That, for right now at least, is where they are saying you have the opportunity to put in words, phrases, search terms, whatever, to be shown in that particular search. Now, there are a lot of coaches and sellers and Everybody has an opinion these days on how to optimize your shop. And the reason why is because Etsy gives you just a little bit of information. So they pretty much want you to guess the rest, which can be frustrating. But you have to understand they do that because not everyone can be on the front page. You got a million sellers out there. How can everybody be on the front page? They can't, right? So they have to be a little cryptic with some of their information. Luckily, you're in Flourish, and we have the best of the best. Okay, so there are tools that you can use like Marmalade, the Google Keyword Planner, Etsy Rank. There's lots of different sites out there that will help you, and I recommend trying them out. You know, they work for some, they don't work for the others. It really, in my opinion, it depends on how you think about things. I am lazy. I don't like to do a lot of work. I am a lazy seller, to be honest. I like to sell things, and I love to market and promote, but I'm lazy. I don't want to sit at a desk and do a ton of keyword research. So I tend to find the easiest way out. That's just me. That may not be you. You may be very analytical and want to have all your data together and all that, and that's totally fine too. If you need help with SEO, I highly recommend you contact Leah McNally. She is one of our SEO experts, and she's fabulous. So she can really help you with that too. But I will show you what I do because, like I said, I'm lazy. So a really cool feature that Etsy gives you that not a lot of sellers know about is the auto-populate function in their search bar. Now, as you can see, I just clicked my clicker. I know this is called something, and I can't think of it right now. Right here. Okay, so it is saying, hey, Sarah, this is what's popular right now. Now, they're not trying to show me this as a seller. They're trying to show me this as a buyer. So, hey, in the last, I don't know, week or so, I'm guessing at that, by the way. It could be 24 hours, it could be 6 hours, it could be 48 hours, it could be a month. This is what's the most popular search term. So right now, this very minute, there are more people searching for purple top than anything else in the world. Sounds crazy, right? Also, people are searching for industrial home decor, printed pillows, statement jewelry, flower locket necklace, first Mother's Day gift. See, I would think that that would be higher, and in fact, it was a couple days ago. But, you know, we're getting kind of at that time where people aren't buying Mother's Day gifts anymore. Okie dokie. Look, personalized graduation. That is so you right there, sister, right there. So it's good sometimes to look at this and say, this is what's trending right now. Do I have anything that I could use these keywords in? But let's go ahead and do what, and we're going to input the keywords that you've used. So you've used unicorn invitation. Unicorn invitation, of course, that's there because unicorns are all the rage right now. So unicorn invitation right there. What's the second one? Unicorn invitation instant download. Let's go look at your title. Do you have Unicorn Invitation Instant Download? No, you don't, but you're showing here that it's a digital file. So you have a large part of searchers looking for an instant download, and if they click this, it's possible that you're going to come up because you do have Unicorn Invitation like a million times. But you definitely want to have that instant download in, did I spell that wrong? I did. Okay. All right. There's also Unicorn Invitation Download and Printable and Digital and Editable. See all these amazing keyword phrases? These are the most popular under Unicorn Invit. These are the most popular search terms. All right. Let's look for Unicorn Birthday. Same thing. Look at all this. Birthday invitation, printable, download. You definitely want to have that. I can't believe you don't have that in your title. That's crazy. So make sure you have that because there's people that are looking just for that digital file. They don't want to pay, whatever for invitations. They want the digital file. Now, when we're talking about your title, you do want to describe your item. So unicorn invitation, a unicorn birthday invitation download. That's probably what I would have first is unicorn birthday invitation download. Space dash space. Unicorn birthday party invitation, space dash space. All right. Now you want to say, what can it be used for? Little girl's birthday invitation or girl's birthday invitations. You don't have that on there. You're just unicorn, 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 which is awesome, especially if someone's looking for a unicorn. But who's going to use this? Probably a little girl. In fact, this is little Jenna. She's turning 5. That's who's going to be using this invitation. So you want to say girl's birthday, or how about this? Girl's 5th birthday. Yep, there it is, girl's 5th birthday. So there's people, they don't know that they want a unicorn. I mean, most people do. Like, I definitely want to use a unicorn invitation for my daughter. But there are people out there that don't know. They're thinking rainbows and mermaids and unicorns and polka dots and Disney. I mean, they're thinking about a bunch of things. They just want to see. They want to see what's out there. And you want to grab those people and say, oh my God, look at how cute this floral unicorn invitation is. So putting girl's 5th birthday invitation would be a huge keyword there, because you're going to be getting all that traffic in. Well, could it be gifted for anyone? You also want to think about that. Now, I don't think that this particular item would be a giftable item, but if you had something, let's say, that could be given as a birthday gift, then you could also say unique birthday gift, or birthday gift for her, or birthday gift for girls, or girls' 5th birthday gifts, or something like that. So in the title, I want you to always think, I want to describe my item and use the most relevant keywords and keywords that people are using to find my product. I want to describe who's going to use the product or why they're going to use it. And then I want to describe what it could be gifted for. Okay, now if that all fits your listing, of course. Then I want you to copy this title and I want you to paste it down into the tags. Super important to do that and then comma them out, because then you're going to have duplicity. Now, duplicity is usually not good on websites. It's only good in this instance, because this will strengthen your SEO. If you have these tags, these keywords here, and then you have the keywords down in your tags, that's going to strengthen that SEO. It's going to let that search engine know this is for sure what this person has in this listing, and I'm going to rank it in search. You can also then take those same keywords, and you can sprinkle them throughout your text, which it looks like you have some of them on there to do that. Okay? So I definitely say that you have a little bit of opportunity in your SEO. I mean, it looks good for the most part. You're using long tail keywords, which is great, but I think you really want to look at each title and make sure that you're putting those other keywords of how other people could find your items and not just describing the item itself. All right, I have gone way too long. Oh my gosh, we're over 45 minutes, but I couldn't help it. Your shop is super cute. You're definitely close. You just have a few tweaks to make, and I think you're going to get a lot more sales, a lot more traffic into your shop. If you have any questions, Brandy, please respond back to this critique. I'm gonna submit it to your Etsy shop here as soon as it gets done uploading. If you're watching this on YouTube, which is where I post all my amazing shop critiques, and you want help for your Etsy shop or your craft business, or you just want to hang out with people that know what it's like to be in this crazy life of an Etsy shop owner or a handmade craft business owner, please join us in Flourish. Go to www.artisanindie.com. You can read all about our community. You can click Join Flourish to learn more about our private membership community, where we help craft business owners turn their business into empires. So please join us. We would love to have you. Thanks again and have a great day. Bye-bye.